Namaste students, I am D. Lovaraju, PGT in Chemistry. The presentation focuses on the learning outcomes and in-depth explanation of the topic.
The topic is coordination compounds, and the learning outcomes are crystal field theory, postulates, applications, and limitations of crystal field theory. At first, we have heard about the valency bond theory and even Werner's theory. But what is the crystal field theory? Sounds new? Well, it will become familiar once you read this topic. We will cover all of it. But first, we will start with what the theory is all about. What is the need of crystal field theory? The valency bond theory not explain the stability of the coordination compounds. It also failed to throw a light on the differences between the strong ligands and weak ligands. Therefore, scientists proposed crystal field theory. The crystal field theory is highly useful and more significant as compared to the valency bond theory. Hans Bethe and Van Vleck proposed crystal field theory to explain the bonding nature in ionic crystals. Later on, this theory was applied by other scientists to account the magnetic properties of transition metal ions and their complexes. Assumptions of crystal field theory. Crystal field theory received considerable support from the coordination chemists, and hence it replaced the valency bond theory. Crystal field theory is based on the assumption that the interaction between the metal ions and the ligands is purely electrostatic in nature. According to this theory, the metal ligand bond acts as an ionic bond arising purely from the electrostatic interactions between the metal ions and the ligands. This theory takes anions as point charges and neutral molecules as dipoles. When the transition metals do not bond to any ligand, their d orbitals are degenerated. This means that they have the same amount of energy. The 5 d orbitals in an isolated gaseous metal atom or ions are degenerated. Due to the repulsions between the electrons in the metal ion and the ligand, the 5 degenerated d orbitals will split into non-degenerated d orbitals with different energy levels. In octahedral complex, the metal ion occupies at the center of the complex of the octahedral, and all the 6 ligands occupy at the 6 corners of the octahedron along the 3 axes x, y and z, x, y and z axis. The 5 degenerated d orbitals are dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square and dz square. All the 5 d orbitals are having equal or similar energy. That's why they are known as degenerated orbitals. In dxy, dyz and dzx orbitals, the double dumbbells are present in between the axes, whereas in dx square minus y square and dz square, the double dumbbells are present on the axis. dxy lobes lie in between the x and y axis. dxz lobes lie in between the x and z axis. dyz lobes lie in between the y and z axis. dx square minus y square lobes lie on the x and y axis. dz square, there are two lobes on the z axis and there is a donut shaped ring that lies on the xy plane around the other two lobes. When the ligands approach the central metal atom or ion, the 5 degenerated d orbitals of the central metal atom will be separated into two different energy levels under the influence of the electrostatic field of ligands. Those are T2z orbitals and EZ orbitals. When they start bonding with other ligands, the d orbitals split apart and become non-degenerated. This bonding occurs mainly due to different symmetries of the d orbitals and the inductive effect of the ligands on the electrons. The pattern of the splitting of d orbitals depends upon the nature of the crystal field. The splitting orbitals are T2z orbitals. Those are dxy, dyz and dzx, and EZ orbitals. Those are dx square minus y square and dz square. In octahedral complexes, d orbitals pointing directly at axes are affected mostly by electrostatic interaction. Those are dx square minus y square and dz square. d orbitals not pointing directly at axes are least affected, stabilized by electrostatic interaction. Those are dxy, dyz and dzx. We know that in octahedral complexes, the metal ion occupies at the center of the complex of the octahedral, and all the 6 ligands occupy at the 6 corners of the octahedron along the 3 axes x, y and z. When the ligands approach the central metal atom or ion, the 5 degenerated d orbitals of the central metal atom will be separated into two different energy levels under the influence of the electrostatic field of ligands. Those are T2z orbitals and EZ orbitals. In octahedral complexes, the d orbitals which are pointing directly at axes are affected mostly by electrostatic interaction. Those are dx square minus y square and dz square. The d orbitals which are not pointing directly at axis are least affected or stabilized by electrostatic interaction. Those are dxy, dyz and dzx. This repulsion is experienced more in the case of dx square minus y square and dz square orbitals, as they point towards the axis along the direction of the ligand. Hence, they have higher energy than average energy in the spherical crystal field. On the other hand, dxy, dyz and dxz orbitals experience lower repulsions as they are directed on the axis. Hence, these three orbitals have less energy than the average energy in the spherical crystal field. Thus, the repulsions in octahedral coordination compound yield two energy levels. Those are T2z orbitals and EZ orbitals. T2g set of orbitals, those are dxy, dyz and dzx, are having lower energy. EG set of orbitals, those are dx square minus y square and dz square, are having higher energy. What is crystal field splitting energy? The splitting of degenerated d orbitals in the presence of ligand is known as crystal field splitting. The difference between the energy of T2z and EZ level is denoted by delta naught. Subscript naught or O stands for octahedral. Ligands are two types. Some ligands tend to produce strong fields, thereby causing large crystal field splitting, whereas some ligands tend to produce weak fields, thereby causing small crystal field splitting. An experimentally determined series based on the absorption of light by coordination compound with different ligands known as spectrochemical series has been proposed. Spectrochemical series arranges ligands in order of their field strength. Thus, the crystal field splitting depends on the field produced by the ligand and the charge on the metal ion. So, the weakest ligand is I minus and strongest ligand is CO. The filling of d orbitals takes place in the following manner. The first three electrons are arranged in T2z level as per the Hund's rule. The fourth electron can either enter into T2z level giving a configuration of T2z4 EZ0 or can enter into the EZ orbital giving a configuration of T2z3 EZ1. This depends on two parameters, that is crystal field splitting energy delta naught and pairing energy P. When the ligands approach the central metal atom or ion, the 5 degenerated d orbitals of the central metal atom will be separated into two different energy levels under the influence of the electrostatic field of ligands. Those are T2z orbitals and EZ orbitals. The energy gap between the T2z orbitals and EZ orbitals is known as crystal field splitting energy. The possibilities of two cases can be explained as: first condition, if delta naught greater than P, that means crystal field splitting energy is greater than pairing energy, then electrons enter in the T2z level giving a configuration of T2z4 EZ0. Ligands producing this configuration are known as strong field ligands and form low spin complexes. If delta naught less than P, that means crystal field splitting energy is less than pairing energy, then electron enters in the EZ level giving a configuration of T2z3 EZ1. Ligands producing this configuration are known as weak field ligands and form high spin complexes. In a chemical environment, the energy levels generally split as directed by the symmetry of the local field surrounded by the metal ion. The energy difference between the EZ and T2Z level is given as 10 delta naught. It states that each electron that goes into the lower T2Z level stabilizes the system by an amount of 4 delta naught, and the electron that goes into the EZ level destabilizes the system by 6 delta naught. That is, the T2Z level is lowered by the 4 delta naught and EZ level is raised by the 6 delta naught. The energy difference between the EZ and T2Z levels is given by 10 delta naught. It states that each electron that goes into the lower T2Z level stabilizes the system by an amount of 4 delta naught, and the electron that goes into the EZ level destabilizes the system by 6 delta naught. That is, the T2Z level lowered by 4 delta naught and the EZ level is raised by 6 delta naught. Splitting of crystal fields in case of tetrahedral complexes. The splitting of five-fold degenerated d orbitals of the metal ion into two levels in a tetrahedral crystal field is the representation of two sets of orbitals as tetrahedral complexes, that is delta T. The electrons in dx square minus y square and dz square orbitals are less repelled by the ligands than the electrons present in dxy, dyz and dzx orbitals. As a result, the energy of dxy, dyz and dzx orbital set are raised, while in the EZ orbitals, those are the dx square minus y square and dz square orbitals are lowered. There are only 4 ligands in tetrahedral complexes, and therefore the total negative charge of 4 ligands is less when compared with the octahedral complexes, and hence the ligand field is less than that of 6 ligands. The direction of the orbitals does not coincide with the direction of the ligand approach to the metal ion. The ligand approaches takes place in between axes. On the other hand, dxy, dyz and dzx orbitals experience higher repulsions as they are directed between the axes. Remaining two orbitals experience lower energy. Thus, crystal field splitting in tetrahedral complex yields two energy levels. Those are T2G set of orbitals and EG set of orbitals. T2G set of orbitals, those are dxy, dyz and dzx with higher energy, and EZ orbitals, those are dx square minus y square and dz square with lower energy. The crystal field splitting in a tetrahedral complex is smaller than octahedral field because there are only 2/3 as many ligands and they have a less direct effect of the d orbitals. The relative stabilizing effect of EG set will be 6 delta T and the destabilizing effect of T2G set will be 4 delta T. The filling of d orbitals takes place in the following manner. The first two electrons are arranged in EZ level as per the Hund's rule. The third electron can either enter into T2Z level giving a configuration of T2Z0 EZ3 or can enter into T2Z orbital giving a configuration of T2Z1 EZ2. This depends on two parameters, that is crystal field splitting energy in tetrahedral complexes delta T and pairing energy, that is P. Complexes formed with strong field ligands would be low spin complexes due to strong ligand. Complexes with weak field ligands would be high spin complexes due to weak ligand. When the ligand approaches the central metal atom or ion, the 5 degenerated d orbitals of the central metal atom will be separated into two different energy levels under the influence of the electrostatic field of ligands. Those are T2z orbitals and EZ orbitals. The energy difference between the EZ and T2z levels is given by 10 delta T. It states that each electron that goes into the lower EZ level stabilizes the system by an amount of 6 delta T, and the electron that goes into the T2z level destabilizes the system by 4 delta T. That is, the EZ level is lowered by 6 delta T and the T2z level is raised by 4 delta T.